I want Court Cafe and salute our bravest forces them of the Ambazonia Defense Forces, the ADF, for the big tactical operation where they enter inside Bunaberi for the littoral region of La République du Cameroon, and they carry out this operation. One salute our forces them, one thank them, and their cafe day up as they carry out this operation and they don't come back very successfully. Now, a few months ago, the Ambazonia Governing Council, the United Nations, the government of Canada, it called the Ambazonia Governing Council. It's a Cameroon One Talk. The Ambazonia Governing Council, it bring other important movement them together for go represent the Ambazonian people them for the pre-talks for Canada. For the official document with the Canada government, it be published. That document, the Ambazonia Defense Forces, it be being at the leading force with the international community. It talks in that force, it lead the war for Ambazonia, and that force, it must be for table. After the Canada pre-talks, as una sabi, we beat Cameroon for the pre-talks until Cameroon recognize we as people of the former British Southern Cameroons, as people of former United Nations Trust territory of the British Southern Cameroons. That's so Cameroon, it recognized we for the pre-talks agreement. It's saying that's so we will be. So with that, it come a right for self-determination. Through that document and through the pre-talks, La République du Cameroon, it recognized the right of the Ambazonian people them for self-determination. Also with that one, as soon as Sabi, the United Nations, it don't call the Ambazonia Defense Forces. It talks it now, they control they control 9 of the states within the conflict area for the territory of Ambazonia. Because of that, because of how they control most of the war and the place where the war take place, we need to provide a better training. The United Nations, they don't bring the Ambazonia Defense Forces them for United Nations training. The ADF don't get training from the United Nations after the Canada pre-talks, where they recognize them saying that in the biggest force on the ground, the United Nations talks it be important for the United Nations for provide a training for the Ambazonia Defense Forces so that they go know how to maintain peace and security and the protection of the Ambazonian women them, Ambazonian picking them, and Ambazonian communities through processes would it be in accordance with international law. So the Ambazonia Defense Forces, they don't get training from the United Nations. All these things are a very big step them this for any person where they see the signs for place where the international community to go. I call on the Ambazonian people them for rally around Uno Road, for rally around the Ambazonia Governing Council, for rally around the leadership of Dr. Cho Ayaba, the man where he give you the roadmap for our liberation, he give you the vision for our liberation, he give you the strategy for our liberation, and the man where today, the world, it gather around me for bring Ambazonians them together as Naidi lead the biggest force and the most effective liberation movement for our liberation. So my appeal for all Ambazonians, make we follow who know road and who know witty for do for liberate our land and give our people them witty the one time. I be when I brother Lucas as when the press secretary for the executive office for Ambazonia Governing Council. May God bless our people them. All man need place day.